I doing the whole MC too?
So this is just a music start. So you welcome introductions. You're gonna call Misty.
Who am I introducing?
Misty. Sorry. Where's the pin? And then this is just a holdover.
If she gets it, great. If not,
Yeah. If not, yeah, it's totally fine.
yeah.
And then you'll invite Councilmember West to come up here, say whatever, acknowledge elected officials, blah blah blah. You can start the awards, closing remarks, and then go.
Do we have any electeds here yet? Any,
Not that I-
besides, we just have
Hello.
former Mayor Pro Tem Madonna, Councilwoman-elect Laura Cadena, and for now. Is she going to do the land acknowledgement?
We didn't ask her to. Not really enough to.
We were supposed to do it, and no, we didn't add it on here.
Damn it. Okay.
I mean, you can ask her.
I don't think she asked. I'm gonna ask her if she has.
What's the order of events? Where am I at on this one?
Right here.
Right.
After Kim, but this is just placeholder if Kim makes it. So
If it makes it, yeah. So it's you.
I don't have a pen.
Hey man, you all right?
Nice. That's how it's.
You're going to be getting a call from Jimmy. He's the one that's arranging the float for the city council for Pride.
Where do you want me at? You want me to stand over here by you, or sit down, or what? Just lay it back. What do I got on under here? Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Dallas, and happy Pride. My name is Omar Narvaez, and I am the council member for District 6 here in the city of Dallas, and I am out loud and proud of it, and I have always led that way, never hiding who I was or who I love. This is the 15th annual Excellence in Pride Awards here in the city of Dallas, and that is a feat that most cities cannot claim. But before we get started, I want to bring up Ms. Nuncio, if you don't mind, and she's going to read our land acknowledgement for the city of Dallas.
Hello. The people currently living in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex occupy the stolen lands of the Caddo, Wichita, Cherokee, Kickapoo, and Tawakoni. We acknowledge the nomadic tribes that played an integral part in the stewardship of the land as well, such as the Comanche, the Kiowa, and the many that we have lost the language to speak their names. We thank our Native ancestors for taking care of this land we occupy, and we honor their history by elevating their stories and wisdom, dismantling false settler colonial narratives, and building relationships with our local and national American Indian and Indigenous communities. We also acknowledge that this land we occupy and cities we live in were built by Indigenous people stolen from Africa, who were enslaved and enforced to work for free. Those people who were enslaved here built the backbone of the Dallas-Fort Worth economy. We thank our Indigenous African American ancestors for their sacrifice, and we honor their history by highlighting their narratives. Struggle and resistance, deconstructing racist anti-Black narratives, and building relationships with the local descendants of enslavement and their communities. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. And it's Pride Month, y'all. It's pretty exciting, right? I'm looking over here. I have a really great view. If you turn around, you can actually see the Pride flag, the City of Dallas Pride flag, like just waving in the air. It's like really with the wind. It's really cool. So, you know, we're the first city in the world to have adopted our very own flag. That's the official city of flag for the month of June. And so, you know, if you didn't know that, that's the official flag. So we don't need anybody coming out and saying we can't have that. So, and I got to give a shout out to my former colleague and my best friend, Mayor Pro Tem Adam Medrano is somewhere. There he is over there. He's actually the one who led on that. And then my colleague Chad West and I, we signed on and we helped get it across the finish line in 2021. So is that 4 years ago? But it's the 5th year that we've put it up. So really exciting stuff. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the city of Dallas, to serve the LGBTQ plus community at the Horseshoe as well. But my days are coming to an end here. I'm in my last term, and I think it's 10 days I have left, right? Something like that. And not that I'm counting, but I have loved every single minute of it. And I got to give a shout out because the other council members are going to try to come down. The council meeting's still going on. But I do have to, there is a elected official, almost fully elected at this time, Councilwoman-elect Laura Cadena. I don't know where she, I saw her. Oh, there she is right there. She's the one who's taking over in like 10 days. So really excited and proud of her and happy that she's there. And the people that work here in staff, they know her because she was my former chief of staff. So she knows the building and knows it very well. So I'm very proud of you and very excited to pass that baton on to you, Laura. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Chad West from District 1, and the other Out Loud and Proud council member here gets to serve with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you. As Omar said, I'm one of the two remaining, because we had 3 when I first started, out and proud LGBT members of City Council. And in addition to that, I'm a father of 2, very proud of my 2 little kids, business owner and an Army veteran. But one of the most, I would say, impactful, if not the most impactful part of my life is my identity as someone in the gay community. It's certainly impacted me growing up and during my time in the military, you know, struggling through the don't ask, don't tell process or policy. It really shaped who I was, having to live in hiding and in fear. And now as we go into a new era where we've made some bounds in protection of our rights as a community, we now see some of those being taken away from us. So it's just a reminder that even when you take a few steps forward, there will be people who try to take you a few steps back. And that's why pride is so important that we come together as a community. We remind each other, we remind our straight allies, and we remind those people who are not our allies that we're here to stay, and we're proud. So, thank you. I want to take a moment to really recognize my colleague, Councilmember Omar Narvaez. Omar and I, it's like family, you know, sometimes you love each other, sometimes you fight. Omar and I, even when Madonna was here, but afterwards, we're like, you know, family members that have had disagreements at times, but more often than not, we are very much aligned on policy issues in the city and on moving the city forward. And we are 100% aligned and have been and will always be on protecting our community and for being champions for those folks who cannot be champions for themselves because of the way society is. Omar has been a leader. He is the first person who has always stood up where there's a marginalized situation going on, where somebody has been repressed, where the community is being held down from a zoning issue or a policy issue. I always knew I didn't have to be the one to jump up front because Omar was going to do it for us. And you probably heard him on TV. And sometimes it got emotional, but he was always impactful and always showed that he cared. And he has big shoes to fill here on City Council, both for District 6, which I know Laura is capable and very ready to do that, but also as an advocate for our community. And I'm willing to do that and ready to step up and do that as well, along with Laura and my other colleagues. So, you know, I don't want to steal any of the thunder away from our great, exciting awardees. I think it's all a surprise, right, for the most part? Kind of? Okay. Well, we have some really big heroes to recognize in the audience today, and I know that's coming up, and I'm only one standing between you guys and lunch and those awards. So at this point, I am going to turn it over. I'm going to give it back to Omar. Okay, you got it.
Thank you so much, Chad, and thank you for those very, very kind words. I really appreciate those kind words, Chad. So I wanted to make sure we recognize that we have 2 more elected officials that showed up. 3 more? Oh, Councilmember Paul Ridley's here. I don't see him, but they keep telling me he's here. Oh, he's right over here. There you go. They kept telling me over there. It's like, if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, look over there, right? So that was my moment. Thank you, Councilmember Ridley, for being here. We also have our Deputy Mayor Pro Tem. And we also have our Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Adam Bazaldua here with us. And we have our Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Tanel Atkins, who's leaving the council with me. I came in with him, and I get to leave with him. He's been an amazing partner for me this entire 8 years, and I can't thank all of these folks enough for what they're doing. Unfortunately, our city manager, Kim Tolbert, she's stuck in the meeting, so I believe Deputy Mayor Pro Tem has some words on her behalf to read to us. So I'm going to let Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Adam Bazaldua come up.
Thank you, Omar. I'll just take a moment of personal privilege and add on to what our colleague, Mr. West, said. I am going to really miss having Omar Narvaez on the City Council, not just because he was a fighter for the most vulnerable, always, the marginalized, but he also was proud. He was proud to be gay. He was proud to be a representative for the LGBT community. He was one that rounded up an entire caucus and really made sure that what we're doing here today was something that was prioritized by the city of Dallas. And I just want to say thank you for your leadership and thank you for everything that you've done for all the communities in Dallas. City Manager Tolbert wanted to say good afternoon to everyone and to say that it's truly a pleasure for the City of Dallas to be joined here today as we celebrate Pride Month. At its heart, today is about honoring excellence and recognizing those who help move our city forward. We want Dallas on the leaderboard always when it comes to supporting all communities. This year, Dallas earned a perfect score of 100 on the Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Equality Index, one of only 4 cities in the entire state of Texas to do so. Our police department has maintained an LGBTQ plus liaison program since the 1990s. I see our liaisons out there right now as well, and thank you for all the work that you do, but they are demonstrating that safety and belonging go hand in hand in the city of Dallas. And Dallas's own Black Tie Dinner has raised more than $30 million for local LGBTQ plus nonprofits, fueling over 150 pride parades and generating jobs and economic activity right here in our city. To our honorees today, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your service and for your example. You represent the best of what Dallas has to offer. Today, though, I challenge you. Stand on courage and determination. Don't be afraid to walk through the doors that were once closed. And finally, remember to let your dreams be bigger and greater than our current situation. Congratulations and happy Pride Month.
So at this time, I'm going to ask the members of the City of Dallas LGBT Task Force to come on up over here and I guess stand behind the table so y'all can help with the awards. And also I want people to see these folks that are here today, that Pam, I think Rafael, I think Juan, Patty, I think all of us were founding members of this, first members of this 15 years ago when the Honorable Delia Hasso formed it. And then Adam got elected and then he became our chair. And he did an amazing job, let me tell you, he did an amazing job. And so I just wanted to make sure you all got recognized for 15 years of service, off and on, all of us, right? We wax and wane on this task force, and we've made some amazing change happen, but especially you all, because you all have stayed true to what the goals were for our community. We're not done yet. You heard what Kim Tolbert, city manager's message was, and I think it was loud and clear about the troubling times that are happening with our immigrant sisters and brothers, with women, with trans people. We cannot stand to the side and be silent. Pride was started. It was a riot. It was a protest. It was. Yeah, you can clap to that. So always remember, we got to sometimes pull together and we got to protest, but we're going to do it with pride, and we're going to do it out, and we're going to be loud, and we're going to make sure that people know that we're not going anywhere. And our transgender brothers and sisters really, really need to know that we are there for them. So please, whenever you can stand up for them, do it. And then, of course, our immigrant sisters and brothers that are terrified right now all across this entire nation, which is not how it should be. So I want to say these awards, I think, where's Gary? Gary's not up here. Gary Sanchez, did he leave? Gary, get over here. Gary actually started this whole thing because he actually was the chief of staff for Delia Hasso, the council member. And he had to, Marco, he was you before, so he had to organize all this stuff back then. So again, thank you all so much for everything y'all done. All of you guys, my colleagues, thank you. It's been an honor and a privilege. So who wants to pass out some awards? All right, let's do it. So this is the 2025 Pride and Excellence Awards, and the recipients, we're gonna just start at the beginning. Outstanding Leadership and Community Impact. And am I supposed to read these bios? Okay, everybody said no. I was like, oh my gosh, they're really great. Okay, the press release will be coming out immediately after this for the press so that you all know who these folks are. The Outstanding Leadership and Community Impact Excellence and Pride Award for 2025 goes to Kelly Drake. Let them give it. Let them give it. Give it to him. I've never had them do this part before. Did you get a picture? Patty's like, Patty, I know you've been to award ceremonies before. Congratulations, Kelly. Thank you for all your service that you've done. Our 2025 Pride and Excellence Award recipient for the Outstanding Leadership in Arts and Culture. And we always do the arts. We've never really focused on the culture before, and this time we decided to focus on culture. And the recipient of this year's award is Ruth Thunderhawk. Congratulations. Gary's going to give you the award. Congratulations. And then we have our 2025 Pride and Excellence Award recipient for Outstanding Leadership in Business. And y'all, you got to eat at her restaurants. If you haven't, you're missing out. And that is Michelle Carpenter. One restaurateur to the other restaurateur. So, congratulations and thank you for making all that yummy food. Our 2025 Pride and Excellence Award recipient for Outstanding Leadership in Health and Human Services. And this year we decided to give it to an organization, and that organization is the Senior Source. You go get them. Congratulations, Senior Source, and thank you for all the amazing work that you all do for our seniors here in the city of Dallas. Our 2025 Pride and Excellence Award recipient for Outstanding Leadership in Public Service Award goes to Marissa Gonzalez. And let me tell you guys, I'm just going to give her a little bit of a shout out as far as she works for Dallas County Health Department, but during COVID, during MPOX, we built a relationship in my office and others, and she really made it a point to reach out to our community for those vaccinations, for those testing. I can't tell you how many prides she went to, how many different events she went to. It's unfortunate, though, I found out when I talked to her a few weeks ago that her funding unfortunately got cut through the Doge. And so it's going to be harder for us to get those vaccines out. But thank you for everything you've done in the past, and we look forward to watching you keep just doing more. And thank you for reaching out and taking care of our community when we needed it most during the MPOX issue. Is Dr. Wong here? I think I said Dr. Wong. Dr. Wong's her big boss. He's over Health and Human Services for the entire county. Thank you, Dr. Wong, for being here and supporting Marissa. I just saw you. Awesome. Our 2025 Pride and Excellence Award recipient for Outstanding Leadership in Philanthropy. This guy is like a really cool dude. So, Paul von Wepperfeld. Congratulations. And Raphael's going to... He's done a lot of really good work. So the next two awards are our High Achievement Awards, but before I go into that one, there's a special one we made up just for this year. Where's that award? I don't know, I have to read the name of it. Sorry, we decided this year that we needed to do something that's not going to happen all the time. It's not going to be a standing award. And so I'll read it. It says, on behalf of the Dallas City Council, Councilmember Omar Narvaez and the LGBT Task Force, recognizes and presents this Legacy of Leadership Mensch Award to David Taffet on the 4th day of June, 2025, in recognition of David Taffet, a tireless advocate, journalist, and broadcaster whose unwavering dedication has profoundly shaped Dallas's LGBTQ community. David's impactful career spans decades, from his influential reporting for the Dallas Voice to co-hosting Lambda Weekly, the longest-running LGBTQ+ talk show in the nation. His commitment to elevating LGBTQ+ voices and advancing equality has earned him numerous honors, including the Raymond Kuchling Humanitarian Award through his activism, board leadership, and storytelling. David Taffet has left an indelible legacy of courage, visibility, and justice, helping to create a more inclusive and equitable Dallas for all. And he has this knack for taking really bad pictures of me. So. So that was fun. Next, we have our highest achievement awards that are now standing. And the first one is the Kirk Myers Hill Pioneer and Pride Award. And this award is named after you just heard his name, Kirk Myers Hill. And when he passed away, it was really devastating to our community. We weren't prepared, we weren't ready, we weren't expecting it. I've never seen the Dallas City Council stop in its tracks as we started finding out what happened. And it was just a shocking thing for all of us. And we all miss him very, very much. But we named it the Pioneer and Pride Award because of what he did with Abounding Prosperity, housing, Juneteenth, Unity Weekend. And I know there's always folks here from Abounding Prosperity. Ahmad, why aren't you up here? You're part of the committee, the task force. All these people, it's like they forgot that they're part of the task force. Who? Aaron Moore, why aren't you over here? Oh my gosh. I've never seen these people be shy like this before. Crazy. Anyway, it's wild. And so this year's recipient, she wasn't able to attend today with us, but she is a pioneer. Her name is Odessa O.J. Jenkins, and she started the Women's Professional All-Tackle Football League here in the U.S. and here in Dallas. And unfortunately, this morning, she had to hop on a plane because she's on her way to an away game. So, an away championship game. So, we want to make sure we get that right. So, that's really a testament to what she has put into this sport. And women's professional sports is so important that we lift them up and treat them well. And just like we're bringing the Dallas Wings to Dallas next year and the year after that. So, yes, who is here on her behalf? Because they didn't give me a name. Cousin, I don't know your name, cousin. Christy? Krista, thank you for being here. Kristen, thank you for being here and accepting this award on OJ's behalf. And you're welcome. And this next award is our highest honor for the LGBT Task Force, the City of Dallas. And then I forgot to bring up the resource group, so y'all are gonna be right after this to speak. And so I'm gonna let him present it to the person. So get your award ready. He always calls it his award, because we named it after him, which is our Excellence in Leadership Award, and it's now the Adam Medrano Excellence in Leadership Award for the City of Dallas in Excellence and Pride. And that this year, that person, we're very excited to not have nominated and let them know. I don't even know if he knows, but he knows. Okay, he don't know. He does know. We don't know. Ahmad Gori. So if you don't know, I talked about transgender people, but voting rights for the trans community is extremely important. And Ahmad created a workshop to help train the folks that are at the polling locations. And Dallas County, let that happen so they could get educated on how to, the right questions to ask and how to deal with somebody who is of the trans experience in the event, something doesn't match or something's, it's a lot. And he did that through the Malaysia Booker Foundation. Yeah. And so thank you for that and keeping Malaysia's name going. Some good out of that awful murder that had happened. But he also runs the small business administration for here in the city of Dallas as well. I mean, he just does a lot. So, and we don't normally give one of ourselves an award because we're here, but it was like, he's just did so much that I was like, this guy has to get this. So, and thankfully Adam Medrano approved it so that, and I skipped over, and this is my fault. Misty Logan is here with the Employee Resource Group for the city of Dallas. I think, is she still here? She had to run back upstairs. She had to go back up to work, sorry. Is there anybody else from the Employee Resource Group that wanted to come up and say something? If not, all right, Chad, I'm gonna make the announcement. Chad West will be taking you can take the rainbow fan from me. And then Laura Cadena, Councilwoman-elect, is gonna be the co-chair with Chad for the LGBT task force. So it continues what I was doing, but because she knows it all now, and then help Chad in his last term on the Dallas City Council. You're welcome. Congratulations to both of you. That's really it, yo. Happy Pride. I'm not going to do any longo speech. If we can get the award recipients to meet over here on the stairs, and then the council members in the task force, so we can take a picture with all the award recipients together, and we'll get that going. Other than that, man, I'm going to do it just like RuPaul does it. Let the music play.
So Stop the Bleeding has been around now